going on YouTube? Good morning, good afternoon. This is Bruce with Bruce Custom Motors bringing you guys another video. Okay, this video is a subscriber request and it's a topic that I think a lot of people should know about when thinking about tuning their vehicles, and it's a topic that I've learned about when tuning my vehicle. So I just want to kind of give my input to help out those out there that are potentially thinking about tuning their vehicles in the future or who have tuned their vehicle. So what I want to talk about is the benefits and the different stages of tuning, and should you go to stage 1, should you go to stage 2, should you go to stage 3. So first and foremost, I want to say when you go stage 1 tune on your vehicle, that's going to be the biggest bang for your buck. Stage 1 is going to be the epitome of night and day, if you understand what I'm saying. It's going to be where you can really remarkably tell the difference in the responsiveness of your car, the power of your car. It's just such a big jump from factory that it's going to blow you away. So stage 1 has the best perk as far as getting power and torque that you can really feel. So stage 2 puts you on a level to where you can really start feeling and probably hitting that 300 horsepower mark. And also that's where you can really get the bang for your buck out of the torque, which ranges from 318 to 358 pounds of torque. And depending on your setup, you can possibly get 300 with stage 2 if you have all the company performance enhancements that you need. So what you will need with stage 2 is you will need a downpipe, because you have a lot more air, you have a lot more combustion coming through your engine. And when I say downpipe, I'm saying test pipe, downpipe. A lot of times people get test pipes and downpipes confused, to the point to where even manufacturers that sell them also mistake the downpipe and the test pipe. Just to let you know, one of the pipes are going to come straight from your turbo, and the other one is going to be kind of almost like that pre-mid pipe. So at the end of the day, if you're shopping and it says test pipe or down pipe, you can just look at it to tell what you need, because even a lot of the people who sell the pipes just call them down pipe. So just want to get out the way. So yeah, you would definitely need a down pipe in order to get that extra airflow and that combustion. Secondly, you would need a high flow air intake system to where you can also suck as much air as you possibly can in versus the factory. Now, you can run a stage 2 tune without a down pipe and without factory air intake. However, you may run into some check engine issues because you're going to be pushing too much and your car could potentially go into limp mode if you're not tuned for it. But if you're not pushing it hard, it is possible if you're trying to budget and save your money. A lot of times, they recommend getting a larger intercooler, but the factory intercooler is fine for stage 2 tune. You really don't need to upgrade, but if you upgrade, you're going to definitely benefit from the tune. Now, stage 3 tune is when you're in the big leagues. Depending on what software you use, need to be IE, Evo, APR. Those are just some of the reputable ones that I know of. There's a lot out there, but those are the top 3 at this point, in my opinion. Based on the demand, you're looking upwards to 320 to 370 horsepower, depending on what manufacturing and brand you go to. As you can see, I have Revo right now. You can get up to 350 horsepower. And your torque doesn't really change that much from stage 2, but you can get probably about 338 to 368 pounds of torque. So as you can see, the torque kind of stays the same on stage 3. However, on stage 3, it's highly recommended, in order to run your vehicle properly, that you want to get that bigger intercooler to run your stage 3 tune. Like I said, you can run it without it, but if you want the best performance, you would need a bigger intercooler. And also, I definitely recommend, potentially going a colder spark plug. And lastly, to capitalize on stage 3, and let me say this, stage 3 is pretty much the KO4 turbo. So when you start thinking stage 3, you're thinking KO4 turbo. So you would definitely need those S3 injectors to get the best benefit that you can, so you won't run lean and you can get enough fuel in your car. You can run it without the S3 injectors, but you're missing out if you don't get the S3 injectors. So now that we know what all of the stages are and what they do, I guess the biggest thing I wanted to talk about, should you go to stage 1 or should you go to stage 2 or should you go to stage 3? So let's kind of keep it simple, because stage 3 is kind of a KO4 turbo. There's not too many people with KO4 turbos. So we're going to stick to stage 1 and 2 because it doesn't need a KO4. So it's going to be a bigger market for this question. So stage 1. So stage 1 on a reputable brand like Revo, for example, is $499. So you're paying pretty much $500 for stage 1 tune. You can get upwards to 290 horsepower on the stage 1 tune. Stage 2 tune is 260 to 300 horsepower. So you're probably getting about 40 more horsepower on the stage 2 tune. And on top of that, it's $549. So you're paying $50 more. And when you look at the torque on stage 1 and stage 2, the torque really is almost the same. The bottom end torque is the same. You probably pick up about 10 torque. So when you think about it, your torque is going to feel the same. The only biggest difference is going to be the horsepower. It's going to be 50 extra horsepower and $50 extra. And like I said, on stage 2 tune, all you really need is an air intake and a downpipe. So if you get, let's say, a K&N air intake, or you get, just a regular traditional downpipe via test pipe from eBay or Amazon, you're looking at an extra $300 that you would need for mods in order to go stage 2. And stage 2 is quicker than stage 1. However, you really can't tell the big difference in stage 1 versus stage 2. The power gains aren't too significant to where it will amaze you like stage 1. It's kind of like comparing a Hellcat to a Dodge Demon, if you understand what I'm saying. If you ever watched a race, or I challenge you to go to YouTube and watch a Hellcat versus a Dodge Demon, the Dodge Demon has the Hellcat by a car. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth the money? So what I'm trying to say basically is, if you have enough money, if you have $500 to go stage 1, I definitely suggest you just go straight to stage 2, because stage 2, because you're not going to get that same vibe and feeling that you did from stage 1 to stage 2 as you did from stock to stage 1. So why not just completely break your neck and go straight to stage 2? You're looking at another $300 of added mods to run a stage 2, including the cost of the tune, and you have a much more powerful car, and your car is going to be able to hang with the big boys until you decide to go KO4, CTS, Bosch 500, 600, etc. So, like I said, stage 1 is fine if you don't want to go in or all in on your car. But however, stage 2 is more powerful. But if you go from stage 1 to stage 2, it's not going to put that same smile on your face as it did from going to stock to stage 1. So ultimately, at the end of the day, I definitely recommend, if you're going to tune for the first time, go straight to stage 2. It's more value to stage 2. You save a lot more money. All you got to do is save up $300 more and you can go straight to stage 2. Now, and when I say that, I know for the air intake, most of you guys can do some DIYs on putting that on from a labor perspective. Watch my videos. There's tons of videos on YouTube. And for the downpipe, it's a simple process too. Maybe you and your buzz can do it. So I'm not adding the labor and putting in the extra parts for stage 2, but you kind of get what I'm saying in the overall ideal. So yeah, I just want to share this video for all the people getting into the tuning scene, or the people who are stage 1 and was potentially thinking about going stage 2. So let me say this: if you're stage 1 tune already and you're considering going stage 2, you do get more horsepower. I'm not saying that you don't. You can notice a difference in your car. You can notice more mid-range power. Your car pulls longer. Your car pulls harder. It's just not going to be the same feeling that you got when you went from stock to stage 1. So, and I experienced that, because when I got stage 2, I thought I was going to get the same reaction I did from stage 1, and I didn't. So that's why I eventually went stage 3. But I know everyone has their own budget. But if you're stage 1, if you can afford to go to stage 3 with the KO4 turbo, that's where you're going to get that big feeling that you got when you went from stock to stage 1. If you go to stage 2, you will have a difference. However, it's not going to be a crazy difference. It's gonna be noticeable, but it's not gonna be the feeling that you had from stock to stage one. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just want to share this video with you guys. Everyone have a blessed day. Thank you for watching the video. Like and subscribe. Bruce with Bruce Custom Motors. Peace. I'm out.